Hey family, happy Tuesday, happy Christmas Eve family. How are you? Ooh, excuse me. I just want to come in and do this morning motivation for you family. Of course I am off, but we are expecting family in today. I have to cook and everything, so I said, well, I gotta uh, talk to my YouTube family and get them some morning motivation for this Tuesday. And so, family, I am up and ready to give you guys some morning motivation, and then after that, I'll be starting off cooking, family. So we're gonna jump right into this Tuesday morning motivation, okay, family? First quote I have for you says, "Hate has 4 letters, so does love. Enemies has 7 letters, so does friends. Lying has 5 letters, so does truth. Negative has 8 letters, so does positive. Under has 5 letters, so does above. Cry has 3 letters, and so does joy. Anger has 5 letters, and so does happy. Right has 5 letters, so does wrong. Hurt has 4 letters, so does heal. It means life is like a double-edged sword. So transform every negative side into an aura of positivity, family. All right. Yes, it's like a flip side of things. For every thing that go wrong, there's a situation that can go right. For every negative person, there's a positive person. You know, every life is a two-edged excuse me, life is a two-edged sword, family, because you can look at it, both ways. We all experience both emotions, pain and hurt, joy and happiness. It's just part of life and everything, but we have to learn, how to, adjust, when we're going through those difficult times and everything. Know that this is temporary. Know that the pain or the sorrow that we are going through, it's temporary. Now, for a lot of our family, our new subscribers, and ones who have been with us for a minute, know that I have both lost both of my parents. My father, was unexpected. He died in 2012 of a heart attack, and then my mom, she died 2017 of a massive stroke when she had 4 blood clots on her brain. And they both love the holidays, and especially Christmas. And so, um, I can look at, I can be sorrow, and I know I'm gonna be, have a ball of emotions around this holiday season because they're not here, But I also have family that are here, who are still here with me, and I know my mother and father would not want me to be sad, when I have other family members who are looking up to me, to, bring them joy and happiness around the season. We have some, younger generations in our family who don't understand, the meaning of emotions, and when you lose someone around the holidays, and how it's hard to and difficult to get in that mood, when you're the one who is going through the emotional battle, because that's what I call emotional battle, because it's the closer that I get to the holiday family. I start off with Thanksgiving, the more like I feel like a certain way, and then like I said, I have a young generation. I have my younger children and grandson and all that, who steady looking at me and my husband, and me specifically, since my husband's parents still both are alive, but I have lost both of my parents, and I guess it's an emotional battle to try to stay, up upbeat for them, but I try family, I try 200%, and I'm gonna lean on and depend on God to get me through this holiday season, because He the only one that can get me through. So I'm definitely leaning on my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ to get me through this season. And that's why I said that, life is a double-edged sword, because, you experience multiple of emotions and pains and joys. It's just, about how do you cope with them, and how I cope with them is by talking to Jesus and giving it to him, because I know I'm weak. I know I can't handle it on my own. I'll be the first to say that I cannot handle it on my own, especially the death of my parents. I cannot handle it on my own. I was having a conversation the other day with my husband about, how I did not want to be in a position to have to decide my mother's life, by me being the one that she chose to make all the decisions for her life. If she ever was in a position when she could make decisions for her life, she trusted me and loved me that much that she thought that I could, make the right decisions for her life, and that I did, family. But I just struggle daily, family, with that, because I feel like that should have been between my mother and God, but somehow I was brought in the midst of it by having to do to by having to decide the day that she passed and the time, family. I will never forget that as long as I live. The doctors coming to me and telling me, Mrs. Shoemaker, your mom's been on the ventilator for 10 days now. You need to take off, you need to take off the ventilator, or if you want to take off the ventilator, we have other options where we can put a hole in her throat, and put a tube down that way. And then I know she would not want that, because she told me that for any time that she could not be herself and everything, to let her go. She don't want to be hooked up to no wires and nothing, or no tubes. So when they had told me that if I wanted to continue to prolong her life, I knew that was not an option, because I know that's not what she wanted, and I wanted to fulfill all her wishes. And so when I would say around the 8th day, family, I know I'm getting off subject, family, I'm sorry, but it just goes to show you with emotions, of flip side of emotions, with the holidays, and it bringing me ups and downs, you know what I mean, having emotions, good days and bad days, life does that. But like I was saying, family, around the 7th day, they came to me and told me that my mother was not going to change. There was not going to be, she was going to continue to be in a state that she was, which means that she was not going to recover. So I had to tell them that on the 10th day, I was going to take her off the ventilator, and I had to give them a time for them to take my mother off the ventilator, and I struggle, like I said, I struggle, family, with that, because I did not want to be included in no kind of part in letting my mother go. I wanted that to be between her and God. I didn't want to be, including that at all, because God don't need no help. God is God. God, he don't need no help. He is God alone. He don't need no help. He didn't need me and everything, but yet, I was asked to make this decision for my mom, on a date and time that she should pass. And like I said, family, for that, I will forever struggle with, because I told my husband many times, had she had passed on natural causes, and when it had nothing to do with me, I probably would be able to accept it more. But the simple fact that I had to choose the date and time that she passed away, it haunts me. It haunts me. So, that goes back to the quote, having, the devil is still having, happy and joy and everything. Some days I'm happy, some days I'm not. But family, I don't want to stay on this too long before y'all have one of those emotional situations, So that's definitely, a true quote that I can live by, family. The next quote I want to share with you is, don't try to wipe the smudges off me. They are the fingerprints of Jesus, molding me into the person God wants me to be. So all my flaws and everything that's on me, I don't try to erase them. I can't erase them, because they're part of me. They are part of the woman that God is molding me to be. All my flaws and and imperfections and all that, they are part of the woman that I am. And and I would, you know, I wouldn't want my smudges, wiped off of me, because like I said, these smudges made me the person I am. My flaws, my mistakes, my trials, my tribulations, and God is using all of those things, you know, all of my trials and tribulations and smudges that I have on me to mold me into the woman that He wants me to be. Now, it might take all my life for Him to mold me into the woman that He wants me to be, but I surrender to God fully. I surrender to Him fully. So if I can be the woman that He wants me to be, and make myself available to Him, for Him to use me and to mold me into the woman that He wants me to be at the end of my life, I surrender all to Him, family. All to Him. I wanted to share, one more with you, family, if you guys don't mind. Let me see, family. I just had it. Okay, here we go, family. Realize that true happiness lies within you. Waste no time and effort searching for peace and contentment and joy in the world outside. Remember that there is no happiness in having or in getting, but only in giving. Reach out, share, smile, hug. Happiness is a perfume you cannot pour on others without getting a few drops on yourself, family. I hope you all have enjoyed this morning, Tuesday motivation. And I'm sorry I just drifted off. When I come talking about my mother and my father, I just go into another zone, family. I know y'all can understand. But family, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed Tuesday, Christmas Eve. I know you all probably are getting the food ready for your family and friends for Christmas Day. So if I do not see you or hear from you on Christmas Day, I want to say from our family over here hanging with the Shoemakers, happy, 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 and Merry Christmas to you and your family, and Happy New Year's. I hope that the New Year's blesses you and your family, and that all your dreams and hopes and wishes and goals, you are successful in the new year. Okay, family, love you. Until the next vlog. Bye, family.